If you're wondering about the Apple product that amazes you in this new era, here's why the new Apple glasses will blow your mind. But first, please like and subscribe to our channel and you'll live longer than you're expecting. The futuristic Apple Glass is the newest addition to Apple's illustrious ecosystem. These glasses will make use of the upcoming the technology AR, which should not be confused. Reality VR. It combines digital items and processes with the natural environment around its user. In contrast, virtual reality is a completely simulated environment in which users may interact with digital things. Apple is hardly the only company to recognize the potential of AR-capable glasses. Google and Microsoft have each. When AR Spectacle's Google Glass initiative was shut down in 2015, usually owing to the device's poor public response, the design was disliked by users. It was cumbersome and overpriced in the end. Most use, as such a gadget was uneven, at least at the time. Microsoft HoloLens, and is still in development and might provide direct competition to Apple Glass is not to be confused with Apple VR, which is a completely separate device. Apple is also work mixed reality headset. Those specifics are scant app. A true augmented reality gadget. Augmented reality is not a new concept. Remember the popular smartphone game Pokemon Go? It too uses augmented reality to engage players and catch Pokemons. Apple Glass is a completely different, and mine. They aim to incorporate it into your regular routine. So, for example, you may go through your text by swiping as you eat your breakfast without looking at your phone. When combined with other Apple gadgets, it might be a wonderful creative outlet for productivity, such as utilizing Apple Glass to imagine altering the interior of your home. According to Apple, Glass is to bring all the information from your phone to your face. They are specifically looking for Apple Glass to sync with an iPhone and show things like text, emails, maps, and games across the user's field of view. And they want it all to work within the Apple environment. They have already connected to other Apple devices. Apple also intends to enable third-party apps. Function of a separate app store from the require apps for the Apple TV and Apple Watch. But as we learn more, the underlying the Apple Glass, it becomes more intel. One such aspect of the Apple was known as optical subassembly. According to the patent submitted by Apple, they won. Apple Glass is they in headset vision, eliminating the need for the descriptive glasses beneath their Apple. Specifies this optical service will automatically compensate for the persons with weak vision and necessity for it. Will be obsolete since gadgets such as Apple Glass will be able to adjust their optical qualities on the go. According to another patent, Apple Glass would also allow users to modify the backdrop of items they see on the fly. And the same way you may change the backdrop in a video conference call on applications such as Zoom and Microsoft Teams. Was from his camera and color range detection to create a composite and then digitally insert virtual content. So if you were gazing at a wall, Apple Glass might begin displaying your calendar while you browse. On the right side of Apple Glass, there will be a LiDAR scanner. However, Apple has yet to confirm the installation of a camera on the frame. LiDAR is an abbreviation for light and it is a prominent remote sensing app. Users like to create a picture of the environment around it. This, which most typically seen in self-driving cars. The sensor can map the environment around it in the and right arm. This sensor will be key to the Apple Glass's capacity to track the world around and augment digital features via its display. Another alleged feature of the Apple Glass is what can only wise as an immersible Google Street View. Is that unlike Google Street? You can see the street on your mobile device. They transport it to that view and have a full 363 degrees view of the location information extracted from patents. Is that Apple may use Apple Glass to help users see better in the dark. This would be accomplished by the use of depth sensors. The user improves spatial awareness and low of sensors. It will feature a field of view of 52 degrees and a resolution of 47 ppi, similar to the HoloLens 2. Suppose Apple wants to offer a truly augmented reality solution rather than a heads-up display that displays 2D floating notifications or maps. Like Google Glass in that case. Should link to the iPhone via separate Wi-Fi. If the iPhone is required to process footage taken by the glasses, camera and 3D picture at a very high frames per second rate, a bare minimum of with 120 Hz being the best, it will require far more bandwidth than Blue. The Apple really wants to compete. We should expect a minimum of 3 hours of battery life. However, we can imagine that users will be more forgiving, especially if Apple includes a wireless charging glasses case that can extend the device's operational time throughout the day. Similar to Apple AirPods smart displays, microphones, fast computers and LiDAR combine to create a device that requires a large battery. If Apple wants to create a device that everyone wants to wear, it must look attractive and perform well. Apple will have to compromise between a large battery and a host processor. Processing power is one area where Apple can save money. Watch smart glasses could rely on the iPhone for all this. And just show that data. Apple would drastically reduce local processing by passing information from the phone to the, leaving only the display and sensors to worry about. Apple's AirPods are an people of a small item with long. The AirPods Pro, despite its diminutive size, has a long battery life while using. At the prototype, devices are sleek. As poster claims, Apple may have already overcome its battery life design issues. The glasses will have to serve the client as a piece of technology and fashion. But they will also need to perform a third role for many people. They will need to work like glasses. Apple is likely to include a prescription lens. But a patent describes another possibility. The lenses themselves might be able to adjust to the person. Apple is looking into a few different ways that Apple Glass recordings can be made evident to bystanders who don't want to be caught on camera. Apple is looking into the possibility of making the camera modular detachable. The modular accessory will allow venues such as clothes and theaters to prohibit the modular accessory while permitting the HD frame of the venues. Apple also envisions employing lights to indicate when the device, although unlike previous smart glasses, attempting to do so may result in the camera failing completely. The camera's lights might post in an encrypted pattern with the lens collecting reflections in the recorded environment. According to Prosser, Apple glasses are now priced at $499 plus prescription expenses. Compared to the other augmented reality headset like the Microsoft HoloLens 2. This may appear affordable. The HoloLens 2 cost $3,000 and, including all the necessary gear for the augmented reality experience, the Vuzix Blade, on the other hand, has a starting price of $799. Apple's entry point is significantly less pricey, costing roughly the same as some of the company's most expensive smartwatches. According to Ming Chin Co., Apple glasses will be released after an Apple Netgear will be available in 2022, while the glasses will be available in 2025. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.